Ginger Feed presents People Who Got the Best Revenge. Number 1. In 2004, Michael Crichton published a book titled State of Fear, which got a terrible review from critic Michael Crowley. At that point, Crichton took it upon himself to make a new character in his novel Next, called Mick Crowley, who is a pedophile with a little penis. Other than the conspicuous similarities between names, both the character and the critic are Yale graduates and Washington-based political writers. Number 2. Judd Apatow has worked on some very famous movies over the years. In his early years, he worked on a show called Freaks and Geeks. People still love it to this day, but back then it got poor ratings. Because of this, it was cancelled after 12 episodes. The network said these actors, Feth Rogen, Jason Segel, Feig, and Jason Schwartzman, would not go anywhere in their career. Apatow wanted to prove them wrong, and he definitely did. Number 3. Lord Byron, a famous poet, was attending Cambridge Trinity College. He wanted to bring along his beloved dog, Boatswain, with him. Unfortunately, the rules of the college explicitly stated no dogs allowed. This would not slide with Byron. He brought along a bear instead. While the school was not keen on having a bear on their premises, it was nowhere stated that bears were not allowed, only dogs. Number 4. Peter James is a famous crime writer who got revenge in one of the best ways possible. He had some issues with Martin Amis, a fellow writer. He decided to take to Twitter to vent his frustration. He mentioned that in a new book he would have a character with a very small penis. The character turned into Amos Smallbone, a man with a penis so small a prostitute compared it to a stubby pencil. Number 5. A man named Jonathan Swift had a little bit of a beef with an astrologer. Swift made a fake persona of himself, pretending to be an astrologer, and made a fake prediction that John Partridge, the real astrologer, would die in the near future. Partridge dismissed these claims, but Swift was prepared. On the day in question, he posted another article saying Partridge had indeed died. After a while, he dismissed the hoax, but it haunted Partridge for the rest of his life. Number 6. In Mark Twain's time, newspapers were telling these tall tales of preserved and petrified people. Mark Twain, being a writer himself, felt annoyed with a certain judge in his life. He decided to write his own story about these preserved people stories, and the man in charge of these bodies was Judge Segel, whom he hated. He took it as a satire, however, the rest of the world did not. Number 7. General Meigs was a, you guessed it, general during the Civil War. He used to reside under Robert E. Lee, who later sided with the Confederacy. Meigs considered this heresy and wanted to get revenge on the man. During the war, more burial space was needed to take care of casualties. Meigs sought after the Arlington House, which belonged to Robert E. Lee's wife, and made that a new burial ground. Number 8. The people who created many famous Warner Brothers characters were told by their director, Eddie Sizer, that Sylvester the Cat and Tweety wasn't funny enough. The artists persuaded him, and those characters turned out to be some of the most popular. The same thing happened with Pepe Le Pew as well. They basically said that Eddie didn't know much of anything. Number 9. A man named Dante was exiled from his land by then Pope Boniface VIII. This gave Dante a great deal of time to get revenge. In this time, he wrote The Divine Comedy, in which the Inferno, as people are aware, is his depiction of hell. In this text, Dante placed Boniface in this hell for transgressions towards the church. To this day, people know Boniface for his role in the book and not for being a pope. Number 10. Peter I, whose father forbid his marriage to a woman named Ines, had her executed and married Peter to another woman. Once his father died, Peter took the throne and vowed revenge for the murder of his lover. He ripped out the hearts of 2 men and told them that him and his now dead lover had wed in secret, and he had her placed as queen of the throne. Alright, thanks again for watching another amazing video, and please remember to hit the subscribe box for many more.